Henry on Mowers and Blowers. Happy Veterans Day. Sorry to my friend JD retiree. I hope we're still friends. Oklahoma beat Iowa State by 1 point. I will give you credit to the coach who went for the 2-point conversion instead of just going into overtime, taking his chances. But you played a good game, but I'm glad that Oklahoma came out on top with the W. Anyway, yesterday, after my friends Bob and Larry left, I did a few things and made a video. At night, Larry texted me a screenshot of a Let Go ad about a local curb alert. The local curb alert looked like this. Of course, I went to go get it. But anyway, I wanted to show you that my piston rings actually came in the mail a couple of days ago. And today I'm going to install it and see if we can get this Redmax Ebz8050 running. Another thing I need to accomplish is, this is the Nick from Medford trade. He just gave me a carcass of an LT1000. I need some parts from it to fix up a couple of LT1000s in my yard. This Troy-built Super Bronco is going to have to wait. I'm going to put that 21 horsepower engine, the one that I changed the piston rings on to see if it still smokes. Well, this is going to be my test subject. We'll put that on there. But first, I'm going to show you what I got yesterday, thanks to Larry. I texted the guy because it was a curb alert, right? And usually curb alerts, I don't have much luck with curb alerts because by the time I get there, they're gone, you know? But I texted the dude. He says, yep, it's still there. And I said, I'll be right over. This was late last night. I just threw it in there. It was dark. I don't even know what it looks like. I think it might be a Js63. Yes, it is. It is a Js63 John Deere. This would be my third John Deere push mower. The other two that I had front caster wheels on it. What I recall is both of them sold for very good money. What I also recall is I think only one of them had a bagger. This bagger's, you know, one of those. It's not exactly very common to see these, you know, but you do see them. They're old school. Get the flap here, lifts that up. Flap closes if you wanted to just mulch, I guess. Suppose you could take the chute off and close this up to mulch. You can probably put another attachment to side discharge if you wanted to. But it fits on here just like that, pretty easy. Also attaches over here on the second post. This seems kind of stuck, which means that the cable's probably kinked. Self-propulsion feels a little funny too, but I think it might work. Brake engagement handle feels good. Yep. Handle's very loose. Looks okay though. Deck looks like it's been garaged, you know. Leaving it outside here in New York, it wouldn't look like this. This is definitely kept in a shed or a garage. It's pretty cool. John Deere Intech, Briggs and Stratton. Very glistening, oily look to it, you know. Looks like good Earl. I hear stuff.
Holy shit!
Can you believe that, guys? It started up on first pull, and the self-propulsion works just fine. This thing runs fine. I think it just needs a little bit of attention on the handles. It's very loose and stuff. It just needs to be, tightened up on the joints. How about that, huh? Perfectly working John Deere 6.5 horsepower Intech engine for free. That's right, free. As you saw, there was like some spray paint and somebody used a magic marker and wrote on it. As you know, brake parts cleaner removes paint. Sprayed a little bit of brake parts cleaner from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products, and it looks like new. Now just cleaning it up, take a picture. Surprised it still has so much gas in it. I'm running it dry so I can store it for the winter. Cleaned it up, burning out some excess oil in the muffler. Take some pictures and maybe I'll sell it before the winter comes. Gas in it, but I've been running it for like 20 minutes. Getting gas for.
understand it, guys. The tank is empty. There's no gas in it. I've been running it for 25 minutes. It won't run out of gas, ever. It keeps running. No gas. It keeps running. Finally, the thing, damn, it ran out of gas finally. Jeez. Unbelievable, man. It was like just wet in the fuel tank. And it lasted for 25 minutes. Incredible. If cars could only save that much gas. So, I'm up to this. This is my Redmax Ebz8050. As you know, it wouldn't start because it had zero compression. When I put 2-cycle oil into the hole just to give it a little bit more compression, it started up, sort of. So then I took the top head apart, and we saw that both rings on one side, on the exhaust side, was compressed and seized inside the grooves. Well, my dumbass broke the rings while trying to free them up. I should have just put in the ultrasonic cleaner, but I didn't. So you live and you learn, you know? It's a learning curve. Anyway, so I ordered 2 new rings. They also fit Husqvarna. As a matter of fact, this part is from Husqvarna. It's not Husqvarna, it's just Husqvarna. Anyhow, so it came in the mail a couple of days ago. I had some other stuff I had to do. But today we're going to install those 2 rings on this piston. I just hope I'm not a dumbass and I messed this up too, you know. I've got some assembly lube to put on the rings and the grooves so they don't seize again. And let's hope that I don't break these rings. Alright, here we go. I'm not going to edit it or cut it. I'm just going to let it roll. So, this is a package, Husqvarna Genuine. I'm so nervous. Watch I break them, take them out of the box. They're both identical. I had to buy them separately. They don't sell them together. I'm going to put some of this high-performance assembly lube, semi-synthetic, from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. I use this stuff to put engines together. It's very sticky. I'm just going to put them in the grooves. See how sticky that is? It doesn't drip. Just want to make sure this stuff is lubricated well, you know, in the grooves so that this doesn't happen again. I think it happened only because whoever used it left it outside and didn't use it for a long time, you know. Oh, I'm so nervous. So I've put rings together on an engine before, and I have broken them before. Thinking to yourself, Henry, how on earth are you going to stretch that? Well, you can stretch it a little, right? But not a lot. So you have to get one part of it in the grooves. You know, should I do the bottom one first? Man, oh man, how do I get this on here without stretching it like that, you know? I'm sure there's a video, but... No, I just have a feeling I'm going to break it. You know, maybe I should go watch a video on how to put this on. That's what I'll do. I'll watch a video first. Take it back. I have to... So I watched a video from my favorite, one of my favorites. Well, actually, he taught me everything I knew today, you know? Not that I know a lot. I'm just saying that's how I watched Donny Boy, 73. Canadian guy. Anyway, he was doing regular... a 4-stroke engine, a Briggs single-cylinder engine, And of course the rings are a lot more bigger and more flexible. This is a little bit more, it's thicker and it's harder to bend because it's smaller. But basically he did the bottom first, and he put, and it just makes me nervous that I have to bend it like this, you know. Put the first groove in, and you just stretched it. I'm so nervous because it doesn't, you know what I'm saying, right? And I have to stretch it, you know? Crap. I got it on the top. I got this part on the bottom, the other one on the top. And now the top one I can't get out. Yep, I'm gonna break it. I know it. I just know it. Oh, wait a minute. Slowly pull it up. It shouldn't be so hard. I'm just making it hard. See, I can't get this part out now without putting a lot of force on here to get it. And it's hard for me to grip with my fingers with all this lube, you know? How sticky this is. I don't want to use any tools either, because I don't want to break it and, you know, mess it up. I guess I could take a really thin screwdriver just to... Oh, man. Man, please, please. Please, please tell me now. Man. Alright. Got this little tiny thing. Just gonna stick it in here a little bit just to get this part off.
Henry, you're gonna break it.
I know I'm gonna break it. Oh, yes. All right. You know, popped out well here, right? It doesn't really pop out on the other end so much. I guess it does. See? All right. Okay, there's an area here. See? There's a little nip there, right? That's like an indicator for the gap to be there, because now it feels good. See? It feels even. I think I just discovered that on my own. All right, so that's the bottom one done, right? Let me find that right here, see? So it's off of this one because you don't want the gaps on the same side, otherwise there's a leak in air. So I'm gonna put this here like that. Oh man. Nervousness. Oh yeah. Success! Success! I tell you, success! Got some nice rings on here now. I didn't break them. Yet. Now the tricky part is to get this onto the blower, right? And compress them with my fingers and get it into the head. Alright. Methinks that's good. That's what methinks. I'm gonna put some, I'm gonna assembly lube in between where the, I don't know what you call that, shaft, piston shaft, whatever, to hold the connecting rod. Alright, I have installed piston rings on a leaf blower piston without breaking them. Scores! Here I am on the bench. Here's the connecting rod. Let me get some assembly lube and I'll put it between here. We'll squeeze. I'm doing some generous coatings there just to make sure everything's lubed up right, you know? Especially when these things move at such high speeds. So remember from my initial video, Jesus, it's sticky. How you place this on is that this notch is pointed to the right. This one too, pointed that way, right? Okay. Here's that shaft. And I'm holding it the same way I put it down. So I pulled it out this way, okay? One of my subscribers, Fearless, when I took out the retaining clip on this side, right, he says there's two retaining clips. So I came back out here to make sure that the other retaining clip was on the other side, because that's how I did it. I took the retaining clip out of here, used my pinky, and pushed this out this way. So the retaining clip is still in there. And I'm just going to insert this rod the same way I took it out. I'm going to line it up with the hole. I mean, this is, it's tight, you know what I'm saying? It's meant to be. So I have to try to find it. It's just not letting me get it in there. I can't get it in the hole, fellas. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice. I was pushing too hard, man. Didn't have to. Shaft is in there. Here's the other retaining clip. I made sure I put it into this little container so I wouldn't lose it. And this is tricky because if you went bing, it'll go flying and you'll never find it again. I get a screwdriver. Alright. I should take off my glasses because I can't see a damn thing. Alright, so I'm holding it. I'm just going to do this. Henry, you're scoring the piston! Shut up, leave me alone, will ya?
Henry, why are you talking to yourself?
I'm putting my thumb here so it doesn't fly out, see? Ah, yeah! Yes! Success! So far, I've been successful in all the parts that require this to be accomplished. So that's secure on here. I've got to put a small layer of RTV silicone just to seal the gasket better. I didn't buy a gasket because this gasket was in pretty good shape. But I'm going to, I know I should have bought another gasket, but I had to buy the whole kit. It was $50, you know. So I'm just going to put a small layer, very thin layer of RTV, use the existing gasket. It's in pretty good shape. Let me get that all set up. There's a small layer there. And here's the head, the thin layer there, on top of that gasket. And so I'm going to try to put the head on now and compress the rings at the same time. I'm probably not doing this the right way. So I know that the muffler was on the right hand side. I have to get a chair. Because even my being so short, I still need to be down here. Doesn't really match up. I'm sure there's another way to do this, I just don't know how. I feel like I have one ring in. I feel like it. this could take a long time. So I couldn't get it in. It's driving me crazy. I'm sweating like a bastard. So I'm deciding that I'm going to take the piston off again. Maybe it'll be easier for me to put on. Then once I get the rings in the hole, I can try to put this back in. I'm just thinking. That's all I'm doing. Just thinking. So as you can see here, got the head off. I took the muffler off. And look, if you can just put it in like this, this is a lot more easier, I think. I mean, I've yet to get it in there, right? But it seems like it will be a lot easier to get it in. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Not by a long shot. Is really in there, man. I'm gonna have to work at this, fellas. Holy cow. So I've been at this for like an hour. I couldn't get the piston inside the cylinder for the life of me. I just couldn't do it, right? No matter what. I was really struggling with it. So then I took the muffler off because I figured that would be a better way for me to do it, right? And then at the end of the day, I said, the muffler, even when it's off, it just wasn't, I didn't have enough room to get in there, you know? So I pulled that pin back out again to remove the piston. Just with the piston and the head, it was much easier to do. So I'd managed to get it in there, right? But it was so tight, man. I mean, it was so tight I couldn't even push it inside the cylinder. It was really hard. So I put more oil in there, and I probably pulled it in and out of there like 5 times, you know? And then finally I said, well, maybe once you get it in there and it's pushed all the way in, it'll loosen up. Because I couldn't figure out how to, you know, how to get it in there. And I even used a mallet to bang it in there. I'm like, well, it's supposed to freely pull with, you know, how's that going to work? Watch me put this together again, and I pull this and it won't even move because the cylinder's like stuck in there. It was so tight, you know? So I figured I would just get it on there, stuck the pin in, put the head back, and guess what? When I lifted this up, I saw like a round washer. You remember from my last video that when I pulled the head off, I heard like this? I heard like a clanking thing. I'm like, what was that? You know, what was that? So I didn't know what that was. I thought it was just like a screw or something, you know? But I lifted this up and there was this like round washer. And I'm like, I know I gotta put this washer back in there, you know? I know this washer belongs in there, you know? What can I do? I have to take the head off again, take the piston off again, you know? And then I look at it, the washer, and I'm like, well, where does this go, you know? And then I look inside, there was another washer, the same one, inside. Holy cow. So I had to go look at the schematics and the diagram to figure out where those 2 washers go. Well, they're the 2 spacers in between the connecting rod and the pin that goes in. So I got it in there. Unbelievable, man. So I finally just torqued down the head bolts. I'm putting the muffler back on right now. I'm telling you, this was not easy. I mean, I've spent all morning on this, and I'm not even close to being finished yet. You know what I mean? So I gotta put this muffler on, and I mean, I'm so discombobulated, I don't even know what's the next move. Next is this heat shield that goes on top of the head. Next comes, I believe, the spark plug. And then we'll put the carburetor back on. I'm going to leave the outer shell off for now until I can figure out if it starts or not. Because if it doesn't start, I've got to take it all off again, you know. So here's the spark plug. This was not easy at all. I didn't enjoy it at all. Now it's time for the carburetor. I think that's how it goes. It's been over a week since I took this off. And I've done like other stuff in the interim. That this is not as fresh to me as when I was working on it, you know. I know I'm missing something. I just know it. Because it seems a little too easy to put together, you know. Alright, so I've put the essentials back together again. Let's just see if we can fire this up, you know. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull on this thing, you know. No, this is not right. I gotta run this all the way back under here again. The ignition coil thing should not be on the outside like that. There we go. Alright, here we go. Open, choke, prime. It does move. I was surprised because I thought it was so hard to pull that I was surprised. All right, here we go. Whoa! All right, got something there. Getting there. I feel like the rings are so tight, right, that it's stopping the engine from moving. There's like not enough lubrication in the cylinder. That's what I'm feeling, and it's really difficult to start, you know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
it and pulled it and pulled it, and it started to get some lubrication in there, you know. Started to run. very heavy. It's very heavy. And when I do high throttle, it wants to turn me. It wants to turn me to the right. Really heavy. Runs great though. This is I haven't adjusted the carburetor in any way. It's running great. Gas is not an issue. This is the original gas that it came with. I never cleaned the carburetor. I told you the carburetor felt right, you know. Gasket's holding up. I don't see any leaks. It's running really nice. I'm going to put the rest of it together now. Well, let me try the kill. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, I'm pretty happy, you know. All I needed was $11.25 rings. And I got this thing going, you know. So that's pretty stokage, you know. However, like I said, it's kind of heavy for a guy like me. I'm only 5'7" and 150 pounds, and this thing at full throttle, it wanted to spin me right round, baby, right round, like the record, baby, right round, 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 like a top, man. I guess I could, you know, try to adjust the straps a little bit so that's a little bit more snug on me, you know, because it was really loose. But I still felt that it was pretty heavy, you know. It's
kind of a lot of a blower for my property, but I do like the backpack blowers. You think I could get 300 for this? Because I see them for 300 everywhere. I know I'll get 250 for it, right? Should I get the 250 or should I keep it for myself? I'll hold on to it for a while. I won't list it. Maybe I'll list it for 325 or 275. List it for 275 and sell it for 250. I mean, look, it only cost me $11.25 in 3 days to fix this, right? Not too bad. Not too good, but not too bad. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna just put the rest of this thing together, you know. It's pretty straightforward. Well, that's it. I put it all together. Everything's all together. Wiped it down a little bit, and there it is. It took me 3 episodes to fix it, and it only cost me $11.25. But this Redmax Ebz8050 backpack blower runs great. I just think it's too much of a blower for me to keep. I'm going to list it anyway and, you know, feel it out. See how much interest I get. And if I can get $250 for this, $250 is $250, you know what I mean? I do like a backpack blower, but I feel that for a guy my size, it's too heavy, and also it's too strong. Cow. So, you know, they say that this is like one of the best backpack blowers for professional landscapers, you know, and I can see why. It's very strong. Seems to be easy to start. Runs well, you know. But for the average homeowner, I don't know. I think it's just too much, you know. Well, let's see if it starts up again. Strong, man. Woo! This thing was going around in circles. It works great. Looks great. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. So I adjusted the straps a little bit. It kind of fits a little bit better now. I wanted to show you a little mail bag here. I bought 20 LED bulbs for tractors. $6. Is that a good deal or what? $6. 20 of them. So it feels a little better now. Unbelievable. So, a couple of people like Robert Neidhart told me this was an MTD or a Craftsman. I think the 5-Speed Ash also said it was a Craftsman. But Scott Keller actually sent me a picture of it, and it belongs on one of those old Craftsman, like maybe 70s or 80s with the backwards engine, you know, Tecumseh engine. Almost like an Eager 1, like the super old ones. And I think this belongs on that. Anyway, so thanks for the mystery. I actually have a couple of Eager 1s, and when I start moving them around to put into my shed and take the snow blowers out, when I do that, I'm going to try and fit it. Maybe it'll work. Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Also, follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next project. Have a great day. Hey guys, Boba and I want to thank you for all the support of Mowers and Blowers. If you'd like, make a short video clip like these, and I'll put it as an outro in my future videos.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.